so nice to meet you. Thanks for jumping on.
Yep.
Now, I'm just going to fiddle with my little video. I mean, my color looks pretty good on my face, but I always like to see if I can make myself look even more fantabulous. See what we got here. How do we do the little, I think it's video filters. Oh, let's see how we do. Oh, I kind of look a little more tan with this one. Oh, it's kind of pinkish. David, okay, Lifer. I was like, how do you spell that? Lifer. I'm sure you get that all the time. Awesome. Well, guys, thank you for joining us. Obviously, we're gonna wait till everybody jumps on. I like to give it a few minutes, but let me see if I can start this little recording.
Started recording in progress.
Yeah. Hello, Hendrick.
Hey.
I see a little fluffers behind you. I didn't know. Is it? You said it was a little boy or girl?
He's a boy.
I didn't know we would have a little fluffers joining us today. How precious. Now, I have never recorded. I think it should be very easy.
It says it's recording.
Yeah, it's all
Oh.
recording and everything.
Oh, that's good. You guys are
Yeah.
very good with this Zoom stuff, aren't you? That's really cool. And then I obviously could push pause if I wanted to or completely stop. That's good. Awesome. Hendrick, did you get a chance to listen to that silly long message I made?
I listened to the beginning and then the meeting started, so I was just
Oh,
like,
that's
I'll just
okay.
join it.
Yeah, that's okay. We do have Mr. David Lifer in here. Have y'all met before, Hendrick?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think we've met before.
And I just love his last name because it's like, what's up? Lifer. Like it's a cool last name. I can't say it enough. If I annoy you, David, just
That's all right. It's all right, Elizabeth.
slightly an annoying person already. So how's y'all's weekend going so far? Or a week, excuse me, Monday, Tuesday. How was that?
You can say 6 weddings in 2 weeks. That's a lot.
That's a lot. I know Hendrick, you did like 3 last weekend. Oh, I was like, how are your feet? How's your soul? Like
I'm wiped after 3, and I got 3 more this weekend.
how are you doing this every week? It's crazy. I mean, kudos. I would be like crying, just like on in a pile on the floor, just like help.
I have 1 more unit a month, and I am done for the season.
Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah.
And I start my winter job, so I'm excited.
That's good. See, I always get really fascinated about like other jobs besides, photo video stuff.
I do it during the summer, then I'm a ski instructor in the winter.
Oh,
Nice.
that's crazy
Where?
cool.
Hunter Mountain.
Oh, okay, cool.
Now, can you say that phrase one more time? Was it ski? How do you say it?
Ski instructor.
Ski instructor. So, wow, you must be really good at like skiing. Do you snowboard too? No. Snowboarding looks weird. Like you have to do a lot with the like nose part of it, like to not like bust your booty. I'm sure you
I heard snowboarding starts with a lot of falling.
It does.
Like rolling, tumbling. My goodness. But skiing is like, I feel like is it anything like riding a horse?
Yep.
It is. I had a feeling.
It's pretty easy.
Because there's like this crazy leg strength just to keep these like little sticks aimed in the right direction. Hi, David.
Hey, how are you?
What's up, David?
Very good.
Good.
We have
Did you
a
hear me?
party. What's up? What's up?
We can hear you.
Guys can-
I can hear you good.
All right, awesome. Hey, man. Hi, how's everybody?
Good. I am not the most, like, I think a lot of people have used Zoom so much more than I have. So I'm still kind of like getting used to all these little buttons and all this stuff, but I like Zoom. I think it's pretty cool. It actually records, like, what? Technology. It's so nice to see you in person, or not in person, but via Zoom. So
Absolutely, yeah. I you know what I use, because I have so many issues with Skype. I use Google Meet. Google Meet is like so like user friendly for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very intuitive.
I use it all the time instead.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Zoom.
I love this. I'm gonna so obviously this is like our first chat, but as we go on and do all this other stuff, I like to have like the really tacky background, like Christmas lights or something, or I don't know. I'm very cheesy like that. So,
Yeah, some of the decorations. That's cool.
David, I'm really sad that you missed seeing Hendrick's dog. He was so
Still
cute.
here.
Like he's still there somewhere.
Lying down,
He's
yeah.
so cute. I just saw these little two eyes just like behind Hendrick, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Cool.
So,
Dogs are cool.
totes adorbs. Totes adorbs.
What kind of dog you have?
He's an Aussie mix. He's an Aussie doodle.
Nice.
So Australian
What's your name?
Shepherd and a doodle.
That's a
What's
mouthful.
your name?
Yoshi.
What's your name? Miyoshi. Cool name.
Oh,
No shit.
yeah.
It's a very
Are you
cool
like
name.
a video game fan, Hendrick?
I was, yeah.
Was? Past tense?
Yeah. I guess I kind of stopped at like Counter-Strike back in college.
Is that like a shooter game? It
Yeah,
sounds like
yeah.
a shooter game. I was into Halo. I just never played the live, like I never played actual people unless we were all sitting huddled in a room together. Because I think I'm not gonna curse today, but they crap talk so much in the little lobbies, and they
Yeah.
crap talk hard. They don't just like they don't say I'm gonna slap your mama. They're like, let me tear this person apart.
Yeah, they come at the core of your being. They come at you, your family,
They're like,
your dog's
like,
cousin.
A lot
can
of
we-
mom stuff, yeah.
Yes. Like
So cool.
okay, there was one, this is so horrible, but whatever, y'all might have seen this video before. I watched way too much on Facebook, so, like Instagram, the reels, all that. This guy was like playing his little video game. He's like a kid, he's like 14, and the mom walks in and she's like, hey honey, I'd like you to meet my new boyfriend, just pause that game for a little bit. And then he's like, no mom, I'm playing, I'm busy. And the boyfriend walks in the room. He's like, just some random person. Slayer 493, is that you? He's like, what? How do you know my name? He's like, you know what? A year ago, you demolished me, destroyed me, and I said I was gonna get with your mother. And I did it. I'm gonna be your new dad. So that was like that decimated that kid.
Yeah, I remember watching that.
That was so,
That was a good commercial.
that was too much for me. That was awesome.
It was solid. It was solid.
That was like the biggest literal comeback. Yeah, so don't mess with people in lobbies apparently. So I love seeing all your beautiful, handsome faces. So this is gonna be recorded. This is kind of like, David, no pressure. Did you listen to that audio message I sent at all? You did? Oh my gosh, 3.5 whole minutes, and I'm over here like, I should not have said that this close to our meeting. But yeah, this is like, I'm just gonna say like what the whole general vibe is for everybody. Like, yes, it's being recorded, but I want everybody to feel like you can be yourself, have fun. Like the goal is to make networking, getting to know people, getting connected to people very easy and not painful, hopefully. Because I've been to meetings, I've been to, whether it's in Arkansas where I'm from, or whether it's, you know, here in Jersey or Pennsylvania, I've been to meetups and it feels like you can cut the tension with a knife. And like, no one's talking really, no one's having a good time, no one's having fun. So how can I as a host incorporate people feeling like comfortable, like they can let loose, they can have some fun? That's like my goal for everything that I do in gig pickup, is like, how can I create a sense of comfort? Because we have stressful jobs. I mean, we work a donkey dogs off. Before you jumped on, David, David Leifer, he said that he works like 3 weddings every weekend. I don't know how are you doing, David? Like, that's a lot. It's a
Usually I'm
lot.
sleeping. Usually
So.
I'm still sleeping till 2 o'clock every day, Monday through Friday.
You better. And are you editing for those, or?
Yes, I'm all editing. I'm editing every single one.
And it's all photos,
Nice.
right?
It's all photos and some video.
And some video?
Amazing.
You're doing both? That would make my brain itch. Like, gotta scratch it.
Because I do hybrid coverage.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
nice. That's a good
I'm a
month.
hybrid. I'm not. That's one of the reasons I get booked a lot up here is because I do a hybrid.
Yeah. Not bad.
Not,
That's
no,
crazy.
Great month, though.
not a lot of photographers in our area do hybrid. And a lot of my wedding couples have been looking for hybrid photographers.
So do you ever get, this is really random, but do you have, well, it's not random, but do you ever get nervous that you're pushing the wrong button when you plan on filming versus taking the picture? Is that
No,
like,
no.
weird? Okay, I know
He's training himself really hard on that one because I've done it.
it would like, because I mean, it is, I feel like you have to switch something in your brain, even just a little bit, like a mechanism to like, now I'm doing photo, now I'm doing video, because it's such a different medium.
No,
My
I have
buddy
a,
does it.
I also have a strong second shooter who's been working with me the last 2 years. Who
Yeah,
takes the lead a lot of times, so I can shoot a lot of video too. So it helps a lot.
kind of in love with that. Kind of in love with that. So we're gonna get this little shindig started, and one thing I want to kind of
Yeah, 238.
oh, you talking. One thing I want to kind of drive home for everybody who like jumps on these little chats in the future is how to like, it's like saying a little phrase about where they're at and getting hired. People who are looking to hire others, like bringing someone into their studio to work or just hiring them for 1 day, 2 days, whatever. I want everybody to be able to like get this little snippet of information so that when we start our meetings, they can say that little phrase. It's quick, it's speedy. Hopefully it's not too tough for people, but it gives people a sense of who is wanting to be hired. Some people will not need to be hired at all. Like I'm on the more not needing to be hired realm. And then some people are trying to find their talented people. So it's going to be, it feels a little boring, but it's going to be something that is like at the beginning of our chats. And I will have to teach people every single time kind of how to do that. But hopefully it's not super painful. So my example is, hi, I'm Elizabeth. Oh, it says my last name before I got married. Oh, I got to change that. So just ignore that. That's my last name from my maiden name. But Elizabeth Doty, I do not need to be hired right now for anything, but I love hosting events online or in person for gay pickup. Hello. And that would be basically it. So would y'all like to practice with me? I know that sounds so tacky, but you'll basically say where you guys can work, like what states, because we have 5 states represented in this, but some people, they can work all over the US if travel's, you know, taken care of, but some people are like, I just want to work in Pennsylvania, I just want to work in Jersey. That's one portion. Say your first and last name. If you're trying to be hired, so just say like second photographer or something like that, or I want to be lead video, or I want to be a photo editor. And for you, Hendrick, since you like doing admin services like I do, that would be something you add in. You could say, I could be a virtual assistant or hireable admin assistant. So do y'all want to give it a try? Okay, do y'all need a little bit of time to think on it, or do you feel good about it? Usually I'd have people write this down because it is a lot to like drum up in a moment's notice. So, but all right, David, how do you feel? You ready to rock and roll?
I guess.
Wait, I have 2 Davids. David, let's go with David Alonso. I really have to say y'all's last names now. Sorry about that. So David Alonso, let's get you started. And take your time, okay? This is just practice right here.
So the format is my name, what I like and what I need.
Yeah, so like your role, like if you want to be hired by something or by someone for a specific role, like if it's video, photo, whatever. And then yeah, the states that you can work in. Does that make sense? I'm gonna have to.
It does.
That does. Okay, feel free if it's okay. This is just practice, so y'all flub up a little.
People practice with my phone with it. My name is David Alonso. I'm a full-time freelancer. I do photography. I'm learning video. I work for companies that I associate secretary with Doty for, but what I'm looking for is because I'm learning video right now and it's really fun. And I'm actually interning with a guy. I would like to get more video experience. So if you need an intern for video, I would love to learn from you if you want to teach. And you know, I'm a hard worker and I like working with items.
Woo! And I want to add commentary, which I never would do this in the future, but my goodness, just to be able to step out of one thing that you've been comfortable for years doing and step
Yeah.
into something like new. I mean, it's
Exciting.
crazy. It's
Video is
exciting.
so cool. It's not even funny how cool video is. I
Yeah,
had no idea. I had no idea. It's amazing.
it's art, man. But photos, videos, it's just a different type of way to tell a story. And I have my history in videography. And I'm gonna bring you on to some weddings or events if I can have you on this.
I'd be happy to.
Yeah, you'll
Absolutely.
rock it out. Anybody that I've worked with probably about 15 people who is like photographers transitioning into learning video. They've
Really?
all been
Nice.
amazing videographers. Like I
I
can't
love
even.
that.
Yeah. All right, who's ready to go next?
I'll go, I guess.
Hendrick.
So I'm Hendrick Moy, and I've been shooting about 13 years as a photographer. I'm mainly looking for, I guess, second gigs or lead shooter gigs, and yeah, I can do some admin stuff too. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Awesome. And I have got him to do some great admin work with me just through gig pickup. He has been a lifesaver. One thing I just love about him is his communication. I'll talk to a ton of people under this, like just so many people on this planet, and not everyone is gifted in direct communication. So he's just really gifted in that, and he just saves time, in that communication process. So I love that about him. And he's just always really brings good ideas to the table. And I just love that about him. He's really awesome. So, all right, David Lifer, it's your turn. Rock and roll.
My turn, I guess I'll speak. Uh, I'm Dave Lifer. I've been a photographer for 4 years now, self-taught photographer. Um, I'll take jobs in lead and second shooting. Um, yeah, and that's about it.
Awesome. And one question for each of you guys. What states do you work in? Hendrick, what states do you work in?
So yeah, typically I'm about the same. Like New York, New Jersey. I'm from Poughkeepsie in New York, so
I'm from Kingston.
oh, nice. We're practically neighbors. So yeah, typically like Connecticut, Pennsylvania is like the furthest I'll go, but if travel is paid for, obviously, then I'd go anywhere.
I'll go anywhere. That's awesome. Mr. David Alonso.
Any of you guys, I live in New Jersey, Skyway, but I mostly work Philly. I'm a 98 to Philly, but I work in New York and, you know, anywhere we're willing to travel to different states and stuff. And I'm always down.
That's awesome. So thank you. We have concluded the most boring portion, which I didn't think it was boring at all. I had fun because I love info. I'm an info nerd, but that's technically what we'll do every single time with any new people. So y'all have done it once, so it'll be less painful the second time, hopefully. It's like lifting weights, you got to build that muscle. But yeah, I have some questions for y'all just so I can get to know y'all a little bit more. And this is like just speaking from like my pain points. So I'm a bit, I didn't say nothing about myself, y'all. I don't really need to be hired right now, y'all. I'm actually looking for jobs around me, like office jobs in like doctor's offices, stuff like that. I want to go more in the admin route because your girl likes to talk too much on the phone. And I want to get better at scheduling and just working in high energy environments. So anything in a dentist office, chiropractor's office, doctor's office, that's kind of what I'm going for. And then I do freelance, but my freelancing has been taking a little bit of a backseat. Like I do photo, I do video, but I am transitioning to just doing a lot less and just focusing on my day job. So I'm kind of like the worst admin possible for a job posting group because I'm just going for that boring paycheck. So yeah. But I want to take all y'all's pictures. So if I see you, I'm gonna take a picture. David, Alonso, I'm looking at you. Hendrick, if I see you, I'm gonna get y'all's picture because I just want to keep building my portfolio. And I have a lot of experience modeling women, but not men. So men are a little bit different. You got to make them look cool. You know, got to get the angular, you know, angles, and can't be like popping the hip out. Like that's a girly thing. So
It's harder
anyways,
to fuck women.
yeah.
But you're good.
Look at that.
You learned the harder skill.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. And honestly, I don't even know if I would say I'm good at photographing women. I'm honestly, the last woman I photographed was at the shoot we had for gig pickup, and she about cried happy tears because she was like, am I really that pretty? Like I got her good angles, and I was very surprised by her like comment because she was like, how did you make me look so good? And it was just posed like I get in people's faces, like I get like close. So, and I'm like, I can get your nose hairs if I try. So, but yeah, just I love portrait photography. So, but yeah, I was gonna speak to a pain point, which is sometimes, you know, I don't know if y'all get to go to like the photo conventions. Do y'all go to any photo conventions like regularly?
Yes,
Who said
Here and
yes?
there.
that was me, David.
Okay, cool, David. So,
I try to.
do you enjoy yourself when you go?
I love it.
You do. And Hendrick, how about you?
It's just here and there. I haven't been to one in a long time though, like before pandemic.
Yeah, I think the pandemic has done some things to people's like travel and just like, do I really want to go all the way out there or plan to fly or drive? Um, and David Alonso, you said, did you go to some, you know, photo?
Yeah, I go to as many as I can. I'm Canon. I went to Sony one, and that's pretty cool. And then B&H has a new one that just came out too, and I think I'm going to Shutterstock next week.
I love that so much. And I think it is like my opinion, my thoughts are go to as many of these photo or video events as possible because, you know, you never know who you're going to meet. You never know who you're going to connect with. That might be your bestie for the restie, you know?
I made a good friend at the Sunday. Pretty cool guy.
Who did you meet?
This guy, Ali, but he's just like, he's really out there, but he's amazing, dude. I thought we had that become already. Yeah.
And David Alonso, we had a phone conversation, I'm pretty sure, and you were like, there's something so different about, you know, hearing someone on the cell phone or seeing them on social media, but then when you get in person with them, you're like, wow, we gel, we click, and it's so different just sitting in front of a person. So the Zoom is like kind of being able to like see people, hear their voice, you know, see their mannerisms, but really sitting next to somebody while they're eating their salad or whatever, it's like you really get to know a person a little bit more, and you get, you know, a lot more info.
Out of the environment that you usually in, you know, rather you do something else. You know?
Yes. So I want to continue building up gig pickup as more of a social kind of thing. So I kind of cut down social at the very beginning of gig pickup because I was like, I just want this to be super streamlined. I want this to be unfortunately, I want it to be very boring. Very similar to like how my brain functions. It's like short and sweet, crystal clear, black and white. You know, it's very to the point about job posts, and that's basically it. Job posts, meetups. But we haven't had many meetups, you know. And I had one, and I saw that out of the 40 people that said yes, I will be there, only 20 showed up. And they said they said for sure I will be there. And it was in January. So I was like, maybe the weather sucked and y'all didn't, maybe the weather sucked and y'all didn't want to get outside and get your toes wet or something. But I was so surprised. It was 50% of who said, you know, that they would go. They didn't show up at all.
That's really great. That number is lower than that. That's a really good number.
Yeah. So it was a good event. I was a total dweeb and a total dork, and I had a lot of like competitions, like little mini competitions, and I handed out gift cards and everything. So like we had a Blue Steel impersonation where you go here and then you And
I'm gonna
then
go get a battery pack real quick.
okay, no problem. No problem. So that was really fun. We had best dressed. So someone actually came in with like a suit and everything, and we were like, everyone had to see who's the best dressed tonight and who's like swab. We had like several people who were voted for, but like, hey, whoever gets the most little
Marco.
hello. Oh, connecting his audio. Oh, beans. Got a new person. Can you hear us, Marco?
Hello guys, how's it going?
Hey, nice
I'm
to
Mark.
meet
Hey
you.
Hendrick.
What's up? It's my favorite videographer right here.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
Thank you.
I gotta go follow your stuff now. That's crazy. Nice to meet
Yes,
you.
nice to meet you guys too. Yes. Hopefully I'm not late.
You're a little late. You're about 30 minutes late, but that's not a problem because we like seeing you. And I thought that many people would kind of show up here and there, if they did show up. So it's like, honestly, I just want to meet you and get to know you a little bit more. So
Exactly. Yeah, I'm
it'll be
sorry.
good.
I was shooting an event. I ran all the way over here. So
Oh my gosh. No, I'm grateful. I'm grateful you showed up. That's really, really cool. That shows dedication. The most dedication. I think he's more dedicated than all of us, you guys. He
thank you,
ran.
thank you. How's it
So
going, everybody?
going
Pretty
good.
good.
David Alonso stepped out because he's getting a little battery. I think maybe for his phone or something.
Oh, okay,
But
okay.
yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot Nikhil. Do you want to read the announcements in a little bit or
Yeah.
okay. Just pause on that and I'll give you like the cue. Right.
Okay.
This is just practice. Everything was practice for today. So this is our first chat ever. But so far I think it's going pretty good. We are recording this so that I could have some juicy content to put in gig pickup. When I say juicy, I don't mean it in a weird way. I just love that word. But yes, so I was talking about events and what we're trying to just incorporate more into gig pickup is like obviously these online events, because I see this as you guys took time out of your day to make time for me, to make time for gig pickup. And I mean, it's kind of a big deal because you can't just pull people out of their world sometimes. Like if people are intentional and they show up, I see that as something to celebrate. Even if they show up for 15 minutes, 20, 30 minutes, it doesn't matter. They still showed up. 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Like a lot of people right now are in their busy season. So as we know, crazy busy season. David Leifer, you're doing a lot. Hendrick, you're doing a lot. Marco, how's your season been with like you do strictly video
I'm
or
strictly do video, yes. I strictly do
yeah.
video. So honestly, my season started off very slow, and because of how slow it was, I ended up pushing myself to do corporate gigs, and that's pretty much how this year has been going. It's been a lot of corporate gigs and less weddings, but I feel like every I made like over the years I made a lot of content, so contacts with people. So whenever a lot of people hit me up this year, so like had to associate shoot for them or to second shoot for them. So I've done that a lot for different people, and whenever I book stuff, I book stuff. So so far I haven't had a slow month. But
That's
the
crazy.
slow month, but I mean I haven't had a lot of my own bookings.
Yeah.
Yeah, compared to last year. So my bookings were slow, but it's just for I've been shooting for a lot of other people.
I love that. And honestly, that's that's like so I'm a videographer. I do like wedding videos, event videos, whatever. Stepping into being more of like a documentary filmmaker, make movies to inspire people, encourage people, teach or educate people. But yeah, my history is weddings. So, but I love where you're at because you're living the dream right now. Because when we get into the slump of a season, sometimes it's a pain in the butt to just book our own stuff over and over and over again. So when you're hired out by other people, like you don't have to edit as much, which is wonderful. Oh my
Yeah, I
gosh,
think
it's so glorious. And you just get paid, you get paid a little bit less, there's a good amount less, but like you don't have to do all the emailing with the clients, you don't have to do the contract, you don't have to do different payments like, oh, maybe I take three or four payments or something. You don't have to do none of that. And then on the tail end of it, it's just, yeah, like I said, no editing. That editing is just like, oof,
No, definitely.
It's
That's
a bit.
helped me. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
I think for everybody, when you don't edit, it's faster. So
it is. You're
you
like, I
just
work one day
yeah.
and get paid and I leave and that's it. That's amazing. Like you might have to like drop the footage somewhere, like send it to people, but that's amazing. So, and then corporate jobs. I mean, those are just, you have all these skills when you work a wedding. Like you have to be on your feet and really make quick decisions about where you're going to put your camera, what you're going to capture. It's like, it's easy to miss stuff on a wedding day even because it's so high energy. But with corporate, you slow it down. Like you might have deadlines, you might have times that you have to get things done by, but you can make it look really good and you can take your time with it and you can set the scene. And that's kind of like what I love about corporate work.
Definitely, yeah. Honestly, this year too, some core work, they only want me to shoot it too. They don't even want me to edit. So it's like that's
Mm.
even. I'm like, wow, okay.
Are you serious? So they have like
Yeah.
an editor or something?
So some of the conference I've shot, I will do interviews and record a conference, but they're doing like a multiple conference all over the country, all over the world. So they don't want one video from just that conference I captured. I think they're gonna put everything, all the footage together and make one long video from all the conference all over the year,
That's
from the whole
awesome.
year. Yeah.
And would that be just you doing video or all the other videographers doing video as well?
Yeah, everybody doing the video. Yeah. So
Yeah.
whoever they picked for like another, like I just finished one event. They had one. They're from London, so they had one in Boston, and they had one in New York, and one in England. So yeah, so
Gosh,
they
they're
put
all
in.
over.
They're all over exactly. Yeah. So
I
they're
love
just putting
that.
that together. Yeah.
As long as they treat you good, that's all I
Uh,
like is that they treat you with kindness and respect. So so David's not back, but I think we're gonna go into our little announcement thing. Because I want to do announcements every single basically. Oh, I hope I didn't disappear. Did I disappear anybody? Okay, how does
Oh,
this
you're
work?
still there.
Okay, good. Y'all probably saw me clicking on all these little things. Okay, so Nikhil, just read it how you feel comfortable, like the speed and everything. Um, this is kind of long, it's kind of lengthy, but me and you will get together and we'll like say, okay, this works, this doesn't work, and we can talk about it later if you want to, or add
Okay.
stuff. But it's kind of like the vibe of give pickup and what I want
Yeah.
people to I want them to have like a takeaway of information. He is
Elizabeth, if you,
what's up?
sorry to interrupt, Elizabeth, it's me, Dave.
Yeah, hi.
If you ever need help with any administration stuff with this or anything like that, I'm more than happy to step in and help out.
Awesome. Thank you. It's good to have people in those roles that are just like really good at what they do. So I really appreciate you. We're going to be doing like an ambassador program. I don't like calling it a program because it's not some big thing, but the ambassador thing is like more of a little bit close knit. So people can be a part of it. Once a month we have like a meeting. So it should be kind of fun. And it's like if you just want to kind of go a little deeper with people and gig pickup, the other ambassadors are really in that mindset of building their businesses, getting more subcontractor jobs or freelancing jobs, getting their name out there, So a lot of the people who are going to be ambassadors in gig pickup, that's where their mindset is like, let's grow, let's level up, let's get better, let's keep getting those jobs. I think it's probably going to be pretty inspiring for people to be in that, but so just keep that in mind for the future. So cool. So I was talking about like the photo events. And before you jumped on, Marco, do you go to any like yearly events for photographers or videographers by
I
chance?
don't because the last times I wanted to go, I wasn't available to go. Most of the times I'm not available to go to those events. So
Yeah. Do you think it's because like they're on weekends or something, or
100%. Yeah. Weekends. Yeah.
yeah.
I actually talked to somebody about that.
Yeah.
Talked to a
So,
guy that works at Unique.
oh
He
yeah.
told me that. So they do it on the weekends because that's when the hobby is so free. So I'm like, well,
Well,
you guys have so many good events I want to go to. Why is it on the weekends? Like,
why are
it's
they on the
easier for the
weekends?
hobbyists. Because
Yeah.
most of the photographers are at the hobby.
We're not their target.
They're not
Yes.
exactly. Well said. Yes. I,
And
I, I was I was like, all right, no argument there.
yeah. So the only things with gig pickup, and this is obviously, if I get a day job, I'll let y'all know. Because obviously Monday through Friday, if I'm working, I obviously can't like host meetings. But Monday is off the table for any events or anything, because in busy season, which I don't think people really have off if they're full-time photographers, videographers, because in their off season when they're shooting less, they're promoting more, and that's when a lot of people are getting engaged. People are signing new contracts for their weddings. Lots of leads are coming in. So technically that's not a slow season. It's just less shooting. So I always keep that in mind. So Mondays, I would say, are recovery day for most photographers, videographers, if they shot the weekend. So like Sunday night, they're done with the wedding. Monday, they need to recover. They need to just focus on dropping their photos and their video footage, you know, backing stuff up. Some people do sneak peeks even, like bless y'all who do my God. So that's hard. You like shoot the whole wedding and then you have sneaks. Oh my gosh. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are really the only days that we'll do more social stuff online. And when it comes to in person, people have kids, people have lives. It's hard to do night events Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but I'm thinking these like online things could be cool. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it keeps. Obviously, we had some people show up today. Woo! Besides my two admins and my announcer, you guys are awesome. So all y'all's awesome. When it comes to weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if I'm gonna do anything, it's gonna be from like January to early May. That's when I would say people are they're not shooting as many weddings. So if y'all feel like you have some ideas for events, my job first is to secure the venue. So secure the location, hopefully not pay too much. If I could do like $0, that would be amazing. Consider what type of theme you have. So like I want
was
to
actually
go ahead.
I was actually thinking of you brought it up a good attention. I work with a lot of venues up here that I'm very personal with because I'm in the Chamber of Commerce up here. I was actually thinking of maybe doing an event, stylized shoot type of event for the people at work. I have a lot of model friends and stuff like that who are always looking to build their portfolio and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we can actually have some base set up where they bring their own lighting and stuff, and they can shoot like bridal portraits and stuff, and sort of network and stuff, but still shoot at the same time.
Yeah, that sounds good. I love that. Like keep working on that idea and just write everything down, because sometimes you'll have like really random ideas and you'll be like, I love this, but please write it down or do a little audio recording on your phone. So that you can just have all that information. Because when you're planning an event, it's like sometimes you do have to have that creative energy. And I do have a lot of like ideas pop up. So I just like write it down, keep track of it and all. So one event that I want to do involves us dressing in emo clothing and having like some makeup artists do like emo makeup on us. There will be pictures. So we're like all black or just emo-ish clothing. And obviously the music is going to be the vibe, the punk rock vibe. And the pictures are going to be way too much, just way, way, way too much. And it'll be really fun. So I'm a rocker. I'm a skateboarder. That's my vibe. So probably have a skateboard with me or some crap like that. But like I'm so excited about there's gonna be like a place to paint your fingernails if you want to have the black fingernails. Like you go home and your wife is like, what did you do? Like, what is this? Hey, she might be partying with us too though, so you know. So but I think it'll be fun. That's one idea. I'm kind of a talent scout, but more so like a model scout right now, because I want to be able to kind of bridge two gaps between like the photo video community and the models. Like obviously we're like, yes, I want to work with a model, but like what if, you know, the only models who know that you exist, like they're not your like what you're looking for your specific project. So what I'm trying to create is just, you know, a community where if photographers, videographers want to say connect with models a little better, they already have these like social events to like fall back on.
That I can definitely help you out with, because I
You better help me out with it.
we'll talk about that, Elizabeth, in private, but I can definitely help you out in private.
That sounds
I work
good.
with over 75 miles in my area that I know
Ooh,
personally.
yeah. That's
So
awesome.
I wanna
Well,
get on
they're
work
they're
and
always looking to create content and stuff like that. So they're always looking for new
uh,
photographers and videographers I can refer them to and stuff like that.
that sounds wonderful. And I think what you have is like these models, like they like working with you guys. So obviously y'all have like a conglomerate where they like know you. You probably send emails out or keep them updated via, I don't know how y'all do the community thing over there, but 75 is quite a bit. So, but I have a few hundred, I guess, models and photographers, videographers in this other group that I have. And basically, my first event that I want to do is really just get people in one location. It is very hard to do. As you might know, like you might put a blast out on social media, maybe even for weeks you do it, but the first event is the most difficult because nobody knows anybody. They don't want to go, they don't want to be social. But if they have a reason to go and they have a reason to be social, they should show up and do their very best at the event. So with this first event, with just my models and everything, there are models of every different experience level. So there are beginner models, there are, say, intermediate models, which are a step up above beginner, and then there are experts who have been in the field for years. So there's a differentiation, but the support is really going to go towards the beginner and intermediate models because they don't have their name and face out there as much. So we're going to be partnering with photographers, maybe even some costume designers or wardrobe designers and makeup and hair people, possibly. That's kind of like the goal, is to help these people. And basically they will be paying a small fee to get their picture taken. Some people will come in with their hair and makeup already done. Some people will come in and I'll ask them, hey, do you want to wear one of our designs? Because I will have my seamstress, fix them up. If we have stuff that is already pre-made for them and fits them, we're gonna say, hey, you want to wear one of our designs from Giamatti Artistry. So it sounds cool, but the whole goal is for them to meet me because I'm the head of the network. Obviously Nikhil will most likely be there as my second. Meet our awesome photographers, and they will be coming away with like really great headshots. Just like they'll get like the more, I'd say they're more boring headshot where it's just staring and looking at you, but then they'll have some artistic photos as well that they can pull from. And it's really just to build goodwill, build the relationship with new models, get them excited to work. And then we also set a culture of what to expect if you're modeling or doing any work with me. I had a guy ask me, I scouted him, and I don't know if he was being silly or being goofy, but he said, do I have to eat just almonds every day for this job? I was like, buddy, I don't starve my models. Actually, my seamstress, she works with plus size models often, so she would laugh her butt off if she heard that. So all right, so that's just a couple of events that I'll have in mind. Obviously, they're kind of grand, kind of big, but what I want to encourage is if you have even just people near your area, go out to coffee, go out to coffee. Shoot, maybe take your camera and get a little photo action going. I know if I meet any of y'all, I'm gonna have my camera ready and y'all better let me snap your photo. The first 10 minutes is the most painful for me taking your picture. After that, it's smooth sailing. But but yeah, just go out to coffee with people. I'd love to see that if gig pickup was in some way the reason or the way that you guys got together. I mean, give me a shout out, because I mean that would be so cool to just see how y'all came together and got that bonding going, right? Bonded, connected, networked. But yeah, so I did want to make just like one note about networking, and it goes back to when we did our first shoot for shoot just a couple, I think, months ago or something. And the lady who I was working with, her name's April, and she was the first person I met when we planned the shoot for shoot. And I just saw her like in the parking lot, and I walked up to her. I said, hey, are you with Gig Pickup? Hello. She's like, yeah, are you Elizabeth? You look like your picture. So we just connected. And she said, I was so nervous to come out here today because I'm scared of like being around people. I'm scared of networking. And I said, what are you talking about? You're doing a good job. Guess what? Guess why I said that? I said, she's doing a good job because she showed up. She showed up to an event with people she didn't know. She didn't know me. And she had the time of her life. That was a lady. I took her picture and she said, how do I look so hot? Like, my husband's going to love these. Like I said, because I just know how to get you a good angle. I mean, you got a 360 good angle, but so she started off real nervous and thinking that she shouldn't be there. Right. So she almost did show up. And then she told me, I don't think I'm good at networking. And I said, bull crap. You showed up. You are good at networking because you showed up, and there's a bunch of strangers here, but we're not going to be strangers for long. You know? So how to get people from avoiding events and saying, I don't want to be there, to like pulling them in and then creating an environment for them where they feel comfortable and they feel like opening up, you know? That's not going to be a one-day thing. That's kind of like creating a culture. And I do want to create a culture in Gig Pickup of like kindness, respect. We're all like learning and growing. Like, some of us may have arrived and are just perfect human beings. Like, we might be glowing like a deity and like have our skin glowing and all, and maybe ascend to the clouds. But I have not arrived as a person. I'm still developing. I still have my struggles. I'm still what I call a baby photographer. Like, I might be a little better than most, but I am at a more beginner stage. So, but anyways, guys, so if y'all wanted to chit chat about anything, I'm gonna leave the floor open because I feel like I'm just like talking a bunch, but that's how it be. Don't want to talk. Marco, I love your setup, by the way. I don't know why. I think you got some like Christmas lights back there, right?
Yeah, some
so cute.
actually those lights I picked up in there were gifts for like there were favors in the wedding like many years ago.
Oh, they
Yeah.
gave out lights at
They
the
gave out
wedding.
lights. I think it was inside of maybe like
Oh,
a mason jar or something. I
yeah.
forget. I forget.
I kind
I
of love
just
that.
took one. Yeah, so
Aesthetics. I love the aesthetics. So let's talk about our social media, because that's like my career right now, is working in social media and helping people with their brands and all that. So I will be starting a multimedia blog, and it should be pretty cute, pretty fun.
cool.
This is kind of like my pathway forward, because I don't really post content online about like with my face. Like, I just don't. Like, you might see pictures of me, but you do not see videos of me. So this is like my first, you know, debut, so to speak. And I'm en route to creating a multimedia blog, which I just have guests on, talk about business, psychology, and spirituality. So that's kind of fun. But yeah, I'm just at the very beginning of this journey. So like, I'm not creating my blog tomorrow. I'm just getting my feet wet with doing video, getting my face out there, get my speaking, working on my speaking, like I just said. But yeah. All right, who is next?
I guess I'll go.
You'll go,
Dave.
David Lifer? He's
David
a
Lifer.
lifer for lifer. Sorry, I have to make jokes.
It's all
Your
right.
name is so fun. Love
That's
it.
all right, Elizabeth. I've been shooting photography for about 5 years, self-taught. I want to get into I am getting into more podcasting and stuff like that. I'm doing podcast issues about photography, about everything in life, not even just photography.
Love.
I also just started teaching photography.
Mhm.
So doing classes on lighting and
That's cool.
how to make off-camera flash look natural and not like so stroby on some people and stuff like that. One of my things I do want to get
Preach.
one of my things I do want to get into is you know, making more short form content and stuff like that on Instagram, getting more of that reach out there and stuff like that. I do struggle with the social media aspect of it. A lot of my clients have been referrals from my first weddings ever since. So that's where I've gotten a lot of my referrals from, and
How you
people
do
I work
it?
with, or models and stuff like that, or that I've worked with in the past. They've had friends get married, and they've referred them to me.
Nice.
So I want to get more into, trying to get more advertisements out there and get self promotions, maybe try and get behind in front of the camera because I don't get in front of the camera too much and stuff like that.
Welcome to my
You know.
world. We'll do it together,
No,
man.
I do a lot of like Instagram stories with me in front of the camera, but like more like photos so people like I do like about me posts like once a week on my Instagram so people see what it's like.
Incredible.
Who I am, and that's where I want to head to it. I also do a lot of fashion in the city. I do a lot of fashion photography in the city. I've been published about 12 times in different magazines already, so I do
Nice.
have so I'm looking for that stuff.
That's wonderful. That's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing about your socials. Anybody want to go next? On the
Next.
spot. Marco.
Yeah, so I've been doing video probably over 10 years now, and I've done from weddings, corporate, fashion, and pretty much I started my own company about that around pandemic time, so it was rough. It was rough out
Goodness.
there. Yeah, but I've learned a lot of stuff over the years, and right now I'm pretty much focusing on doing a lot of social media.
Hmm.
So I really don't post like my highlights. Mostly post reels on social media. I feel like that's getting more engagement than actual highlights. I mean, nobody's
Wow.
gonna watch a 5 minute highlight, and people are willing to watch like a 10-second reel. So that's what I've been focusing on more this year, posting more, being more active on social media. And since this year was a little bit slow, what I started to do is like I some people that I've known like they reached out to me and kind of reached out to them, and I did like a branding video for them.
I love that. I want to get
Yeah.
into that.
Yeah,
I
so
want to do that
I've
more.
been doing that for a few people, and for a wedding planner, she loved it, and she wants more stuff. She,
Oh, she's a
yeah,
return
so
client.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah, so yeah,
Oh,
it's great. So like that too, and also I'm trying to see. I think it was last year, the year before, I was doing a lot of some fashion stuff. I have a lot of fashion stuff videos,
mhm. Love.
and I was trying to get into that more this year, but it's just I just guess I didn't feel I didn't find people that were willing to do it. So
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that was the hard part about it. Yeah.
It's hard. And if I can help in any way, shape, or form to get you connected to models, please let me know. We're gonna try to do those model events, which gets photo video people connected to the models a little bit more. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So get you some more, get you some more models if you need some more models.
Yeah,
I have a
just
seamstress and everything. So
yeah, it's always some fun stuff. I love doing that. So that's more creative stuff than
it's
that weddings, it's sometimes what it is, prep is ceremony, reception, all that. So
yeah, yeah. That's it. And weddings are long. There's a
might as
lot to
well.
get, lots to capture, and you're always just for some reason there's always like a gazillion stairs to walk. I don't understand it. And you're carrying like the heaviest stuff, and you're like,
Yeah,
why am I walking upstairs again?
and lately the last few years I've been doing a lot of Indian weddings. So
Those are
those
high
are like
energy.
long days. Yeah, long days. So
Oh my gosh, and sometimes they're more than one day, like what, 2, 3 days even.
yeah, yes,
Or
yes, yes, yes.
or they have a event before the event. Like they have like
The
maybe
pre-events, yeah, a lot of
yeah, stuff like that. And they're like, we want all this captured. And you're
I
like,
know.
do I need a 6-person team for this? No.
I know. I'm there with Hendrick sometimes. We're there working together, and we're
Woo!
like,
Yeehaw. I love that. That's so cool. Oh, okay. So I know we got 2 people left. If anybody needs to go, like I wanted to keep this at like close to an hour. So if y'all have to like dip out, please don't feel bad doing so. I'm obviously gonna stay on with y'all because I like y'all and I want to hang out more. But I want y'all to feel comfortable exiting if you need to. So like if duty calls, don't feel bad. All right. So Hendrick or David, who wants to go first and talk about socials? Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
really post on my socials.
Ah.
Yeah,
But you
let's
still
David and I
probably
can
have
do this together then.
yeah. That's okay.
Because I don't
I
either.
do.
Oh
I don't
my
either.
gosh,
Like,
y'all are like Twinkies right now. That's funny. Okay, go ahead. Whoever
not
wants.
true. I'm sorry. Just to cut you. Hendrick
Yeah.
does post stuff, and when you do post
Mm.
stuff, I seen like the last
he
wedding
does.
that we worked together and you tagged me in.
He gets good
I've
engagement
gotten a
too.
lot of people like people have like interacted with that post so much. They always like it and like yeah. So
Yeah, that was the
Wow.
one exception. Yeah.
that,
That's awesome. I love when posts blow up a little bit more. So like I don't have a lot of traction on my Instagram because my Instagram is just a blob. Like it's just like personal stuff mixed with a little business stuff. And I'm like all over the place right now with my one business because I have my LLC. I've been doing weddings for years and I'm like, I'm done with weddings. I don't want to do it anymore. Like I can get hired by other companies, but I'm just not going to like go after getting weddings for myself. So, but Hendrick, you know me a little bit more. We have a little bit more history. So you've kind of seen like, what is this crazy girl doing with gig pickup? But like, it's been just kind of a big transition for me. So I want to amp things up with gig pickup. I want to go into social media marketing a little bit more, but I'm in the very beginning of this and pivoting in the business is the most, it's very difficult.
Why
I
doesn't
don't know if
everyone
y'all
put their
ever
social?
pivoted.
Why doesn't everyone put their socials in the chat and we can all follow each other? Make sure to follow for
Sounds
follow.
good. That sounds good. And then also you'll see, I like that. Good idea. You'll see this live, like you'll see this recording. You'll see it in gig pickup as well. So you can also put your tags and everything there. So that's a second place that you can put those. But yeah, so just to talk about my socials just a little bit. I'm creating a new Instagram. I have a website that I'm creating for myself because with the pivot, with changing like literally everything about my business, like I have to have a different website. I can't just have wedding video. So we've got two facets. I've got two facets of my business, which is social media marketing. Basically coming alongside people who kind of struggle with social media a little bit. And those are my clients. Like I basically hold their hand for a little bit and then I empower them over time to not need me anymore. So I basically work myself out of a job with my clients, but in that meantime, I get them set up with their Instagram. I get them set up with TikTok, with YouTube, with podcasts, and then I provide the media work, which is the photo, video. I can write all of their caption for them. Obviously, AI can replace me in a second, but they have that personal touch all the way through. And then at the time where I'm no longer really benefiting them that much, that's kind of when I exit. And I'm like, I'm always here. I'm always at, phone call away. But basically it is kind of like a revolving door. Like I'll be with them for a few months and then I'll exit. But I don't always leave them high and dry. Sometimes like my goal would be to set another social media person in place that works with them specifically. So, and with the admin stuff, I mean, y'all might have seen that with gig pickup, like I've now added like administrative assistants or virtual assistants. Has anybody seen any posts like that say that phrase? Yeah. I know it's kind of a new thing because we've just strictly been photo video, really. And then we added photo and video editors. Now we're adding virtual assistants, or basically I think people could get assistance and support with their social media by working with these administrative assistants. So just, yeah. So let's go back to who's on the chopping block, David or Hendrick?
For
I'm just pointing to both of you. Who wants to go?
about what?
Yes, he's pointing too. We're both pointing. Okay, how about this? I'm going to ask you questions. How's that sound?
Yeah. Do you hear me?
I'll ask the leading questions. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
So, how's your social
what is
media
your
doing?
question?
How's your social
My
media
social
doing?
media. I
If it was
favor
a living
Facebook
person,
over everything. If it was
Oh,
a
you do?
living person.
if it was a living person, are they like this? Do they need some food or some water?
If my Instagram is a person, it'd be a person that hasn't eaten in 7 years. I haven't
You need
posted
to
in
throw
7
them a
years.
bone, my gosh.
I do it on
Put them at
purpose
some.
though. I do it on purpose because I want people to understand that I don't run a business and that I love freelancing and I prefer freelancing.
I
So
love
I
that
don't
so
post.
much.
Yeah, it's very intentional.
I love that.
And then like if people tag me on a story, like I'll share it, but I don't make it like a deal to use it too much. My
Yep.
bigger one was Facebook. I use Facebook a lot. That's what photographers are, and that's where like that's our office. We talk about photography stuff, and
Mm.
I love photography, and so I like the groups and stuff. Sometimes I ask questions that like I'm thinking about, and then like I learn a lot from that, and that's fun for me.
I
So
love
if
that.
that was a person, it'd be like an inquisitive person that
Yeah.
likes photography. That's what my face
Yeah.
would be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's perfect. And I mean, that kind of brings me to the mindset of like, I don't know if y'all have heard the word avatar lately on like YouTube videos, podcasts, and all that, but this is the big word of the day is avatar. And like, as I'm changing up my business, my services, what am I going to offer to the public? What can they continuously come and knock on my door and receive as services? I have to really think about my avatar, and I think I could help any age group. So my avatar could be any age, any history, any whatever, and they can benefit from my services. But my problem is I max out. So if I have 4 clients in a month, like that's usually my max. So technically I don't have that right now. So I'm just in the meeting new clients, getting to know people and seeing if they are a good fit for me to do like work on their social media and support them in that. So but yeah, avatars. It's, if you're in the wedding industry, it's going to be your couples, they're going to see your stuff. And it's always like you make content for their eyes, you make content that like reaches through the screen and grabs them and says, hey, this is for you. And, you make them feel seen, you make them feel heard with the type of media that you create, so it's very powerful to be able to nail down your maybe 1 or 2 avatars. Yeah, like the people you're going after. So my avatar would be like a very wealthy person who has just all this money to burn, like has deep pockets. And once their social media built up and they're just like, yo, here's a check for 4K every month, like that would be awesome. Dreams can come true, right? So all right, Hendrick, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm the same boat as David. I don't really post too much. Every so often I will, but like this year has been a lot of just like section shooting and associate shooting for other people. So it's not like a lot of my own stuff. But every so often I'll throw some, some stuff like newer stuff or older stuff from my clients from back in the day. But yeah, otherwise every so often I'll also put stuff like on the Instagram story.
Mhm.
But yeah, I used to use Facebook much more, but now a lot less. Blogging used to be a big thing now too, but like supposedly that's not as huge anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's wild, right? Like everyone was like, you have to do blogs if you want to rank on Google and da 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 da. And that I listened to this daggum podcast the other day, and they're like, well, SEO is kind of like, declining or something. I don't know if that's true or not, but
Also,
they're
I
like,
just don't know a single person who
It's very true.
consistently reads blogs
I
anymore.
know. Okay, let me tell you what. And why are y'all writing more than 3 paragraphs? Come on. Ain't nobody got time for more than 3 paragraphs. 5 paragraphs max, because like 3 is like, yo,
yeah,
like we
who
don't even
reads
read books
like you see those
nowadays.
clickbait articles and then like it's like paragraph of paragraph after paragraph and no one gets to the point until like third or three
It's
quarters of the
not
way
Yeah,
down.
because they're
satisfying.
they're all written with AI.
Right, exactly. It's all just for algorithm. It's
And
like
for all
just
those
garbage.
ads that are on the left and the right side, it's like they want you to see like 25 ads as you're scrolling. It's
Yeah,
like,
I
bro.
automatically just scroll down to the like at least the middle and then start from there now.
Yeah.
I
I
use the
mean,
find option. I press Control F,
Yep,
find what
that
I
too.
need.
smart.
Yep.
Y'all could be so
No,
smart.
no way.
That's so
Yeah.
cool. Like, hey, get to the point. So that is why I actually want to create. So my multimedia blog, I'm still like chewing on it. I'm still working on it. The title is the Chewy Chewy blog. Very tacky, just like me. I'm very tacky. And basically it's going to be heavy video. I might not be able to just like most of my videos might actually be like Zoom chats like this, just pre-recorded with the person, because ain't nobody got 20 hours to drive and fly to some location around the US, and I ain't got all the money in the world. So I might be able to see people in person to do an interview, and then that's where we get the like really sexy camera vibe, like the perfect angle, the perfect lighting. Like you don't see all this fuzzy stuff around my head. But it's gonna be cool because the Chewy Chewy blog is like you have the longer blog if you want it, like typed out, but then you have this little snippet of like get to the freaking point, Elizabeth. And I'm very wordy. It's my problem. I'm a writer, so I have to like take everything that I want to say and just shave it down to this. And so it'll be heavy video so that people can listen to it, watch it whenever, however, and just digest the content it is category based. So if they're not passionate about certain things, like if they're not passionate about psychology, well, they can scroll past that and they can go to business and just listen to all the business, episodes. Then the second part of this YouTube blog is to promote other people. So like if I brought, I'll use David Leifer as an example. If I brought you on, we had our time to do our little video. Well, you get all your links. You got your Insta, you got your Facebook, you got whatever, you got your website. You got that available for the public. So if they really like the blog, they want to reach out to this guy. And they're like, I want you to do my wedding, please. So as you can see, it kind of just puts a lot of goodwill out there to like support other people. So yeah, but it's not a now thing, it's a future thing. It's something I want to continue developing before I start shooting. So once you start shooting, you'll just have to keep doing it forever, indefinitely. So once you start, you don't stop. Oh, that sounds painful. I don't like that kind of commitment, but do y'all
That's
have
fine.
any
You can do it forever.
forever, just forever and ever, just keep going
Yeah.
till your last day? I told David, I'm gonna put you on blast. I said that
No.
just based on our phone calls, I was like, he's got at least like 20 podcasts in him. Like he's so, I don't know how to explain it. He's like deep. That dude is deep, y'all. And he's smart and he gives good insight and he like has like a warm personality. And when I would say you definitely have it. You have it going on.
Okay.
And
I like to talk, and I feel like if I can help, I'd love to. And luckily we were able to have a great conversation.
And I think this is good if anybody wants to like learn, like grow in their speaking. It's always good to like do stuff like this, like these little chitty chats, because this is more casual. This is more laid back. It doesn't have as much rigid structure, but it kind of gives you that little moment in time to like see, okay, do I like talking? Do I like talking with these people? Because you have to at least enjoy speaking if you are going to be doing like podcasts. So I know that's obvious, but if it's like painful to like be recorded on video and hear your voice, then podcasting is not your thing. Making YouTube videos, not your thing. But if you're like Nikhil over here, who is a speaker and makes music and puts his stuff out there and has fun with it, that's your thing. So my goal, I'm like I said, I'm self-proclaimed talent scout, model scout under my business, and doing what I can to help others get their name out there. But I will never push people past what they're comfortable with. Like I will push them to a point, but if they're like nah, I have to like let go of that. I could be like, you're an amazing speaker, you're so talented, or you should sing Whitney Houston's song I Love You, or I Will Always Love You. You should go sing that at that karaoke bar. And if they're like, heck no, or I only do that when I'm drinking, like, okay, you do you, boo. But I'm always going to try to be a cheerleader for people. I'm always going to try to support them. I am going to round this up now because I feel like it's a good time to like stick a fork in us. We're done. I don't know if y'all have heard that statement before, but I'm from the South. I'm from Arkansas, so I'm a hillbilly. I'm a redneck. And everything, for some reason, all our analogies have to do with like fried chicken or potatoes.
Like I want to learn them.
Yeah.
That's
Stick
cool.
a fork in me. I'm done. Like that's all I got. So
That's hilarious.
but I use the baked potato analogy when I talk to people about making content for social media, because making content is not easy. As you know, I've been in the shadows. I do not do videos on social media, so this is like my first thing trying this out. It's feels exposing, and there's trolls out there, so trolls can be really mean. Like they might say, like I have my father's nose, so like they might say just belittling things like why are you this, why are you that. But you have to have such a thick skin and you have to have a very strong mind. With that, there's just, yeah, let me go back to my potato analogy. So if someone is thinking about starting to put their face out there and do more videos of themselves talking, which is very challenging, some people are half-baked potato. And when I say half-baked, is they're not ready for it. They're not ready to be exposed and be out there on the internet. They're not ready because maybe they're not a developed person. Maybe things in their life are a little too crazy and hectic. So you bite into a half-baked potato and it is not cooked, and you know, it's going to be really challenging. So then there are people who have been fully developed and ready to do this content for so long that it's like, why haven't you made content already? Okay. They've been in the oven a little too long and they are an overbaked potato. They are just crunchy. They are not steamy and delicious. They are just crunchy. Now, I've had people where I've met them, they've been the crunchy potato, not crunchy, crunchy. Okay. And I'm like, why didn't you start making content 3 years ago, 2 years ago? Why is it me? I have to start the engine for you, and I have to tell you to get your butt on social media and start making videos. So, but the moment they started doing it, they saw, wow, I'm really good at this. I like this. People are watching my videos. They like what I'm doing. They're sharing it. It's a big deal because they've just been in the oven too long and they've been in the dark too long, right? And it's a problem. So then you want to get to the point where you're like a perfectly cooked potato. You pull that sucker out of the oven. It's, you know, it's hot. You can't hold it with your hands. It's hot, but you stick a fork in it and that beautiful steam rises. And that is when, you know, it's time to start your social media journey and to be more out there, whether it's just to put a smile on someone's face and to say, I see you where you're at. I love you, whatever. I'm a very loving, mushy gushy person. So I'm going to be like, I'm going to be the hippie of the family, the gig pickup family, and say, I love you a lot. It's a thing. Because I do love basically everybody on this planet, even if they're little turd butts and sassy pantses. But all that being said, you know, I would say feel it out, get a support team, get a support system, get one person who maybe, like, I could be your person, your point person as you start making videos. You want people around you that are not going to kiss your butt. You really do. Like they can talk nice about you and give you compliments, but they're going to give you honesty about your video, right? They're going to be like, I loved this, this, and this, but this statement you made was very irky, and that joke was not funny. Or like I make a lot of bad jokes. So, you know, sometimes my jokes are just, my husband doesn't even laugh at my jokes and it's hurtful, you know, and I'll work hard on those. So have people in your corner who are willing to tell you to your face, or tell you, you know, tell you on a phone call, tell you on a video chat, tell you that something about your video was off, or maybe, hey, I love what you're doing, but the background was very distracting or something, you know, just feedback. But you also want to make sure those people are very kind and they love you and they want the best for you. Because when people don't love you or want the best for you, they're going to eat you up and spit you out, right? And nobody wants that. So I would say I learn from every person on this planet. I can learn something, whether they're the meanest person or whether they're like a saint. Even the mean people reveal something about what's going on. They may not come to my inbox directly and tell me, hey, I don't like what you're doing. But if they're goofing off, if they're making fun of something, there's something going on. You know, there's something going on. They either don't like the content, they don't like me, they don't respect me, or they just want to goof around and have fun. That's their thing on the internet, is they get on the internet to play around, right? They don't really care who they affect. So does anybody want to say whether or not, like, they're going to start that, you know, doing more videos or anything? I know, Nikhil, you're already doing it, but how y'all feeling?
I've thought about it, but it's more of a, like, the way I look at it, it's more like I admire how people like, oh, I want to share this, I want to share that, I want to share this. Like, I think the way I'm gonna do it, like, it's more for fun, like just for entertainment for me, just like, cause like,
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, I like that.
I be my own client. You know what I mean, I be my own client. Just like, I like this cat. We're gonna talk about in the story.
Yeah.
And but I want to do this for fun, just for learning the skills of making a reel, learning the skills of, like, you know, like having fun with it. Because I see how some people are like, you know, I have to do it, and I think that's the one thing
It's
that
hard when they
it
say
hurts.
that.
It hurts.
Yeah, you're like,
It
I
hurts
have
because
to,
like,
or my business will
and it
fail.
makes
Like,
sense,
oh
you know,
gosh.
if your clients are there, like it makes
Yeah.
total sense. You have to do it. Like I agree with you, but
Yeah.
luckily I don't. So I just
Yeah.
want to do it for fun, you know.
And that is where it's at, because when you're calm and you don't feel pressure, that's actually when you make your best content. And get out of your head. Like if I can tell anybody anything about working as the talent, as the actor, get out of your head. Like focus on the task at hand, which is delivering information, and that's it. And don't fear whether or not your voice sounds funny, whether or not someone's looking at your looks, because like your face is always going to be your face. I mean, we can get adjustments, guys. We can get adjustments. We can maybe get bigger muscles. We can do adjustments, but like this is always going to be your mug, you know. So we might as well love our mug, get used to what we look like, get used to what we sound like. The biggest issue I think people have is like hearing themselves talk and thinking that it just doesn't sound good. But I recommend pushing past the discomfort, because there are going to be days where maybe you're planning on filming something. Like today, I'm stopped up, my nose is stopped up, and I sound different than I normally would. I sound more high pitched. So you're going to have those days. Just make the content. If you need a trusted person to look at your stuff, you can obviously send it to me and I'll give you my best advice, but I'm not going to kiss your booty. I might be like, oh my gosh, it's so good. Like, oh yeah, but like, let's work on this one spot. Because I am trying to help you. I'm trying to bring value to what you're doing, you know? And I digest a lot of content. Like I probably watch about 20 hours worth of video content each week, podcast, video content, whatever. I'm at 20 hours usually. And it's because I want to develop me. I want to hear different like speaking styles. I want to learn it. It's like a science almost. Like you got to feel it out for how you want to talk to the world. You want to have like, maybe you want to talk quieter and you want to be more peaceful. Maybe you want to be belligerent and talk really loud and maybe move your hands a lot. It's hard to get people's focus nowadays. You got about 3 to 5 seconds to get people's focus. Now, your mommy, your daddy, your auntie, they're going to watch your stuff. And they may not know what the heck you're talking about this photo lens and that, but they're going to watch your stuff and they're going to love you and they're going to love your stuff and they're going to blow you up and say, oh my gosh, my David Alonso, he made this video. It was so good. I'm going to share it. I'm going to send it in an email. Like,
Thanks, Mom.
thanks, Mom. Like, right? The family's got us. But how do we push past talking to strangers, right? Connecting with strangers and making them feel instantly warmed up to us? Because if they feel warmed up to us, like Joe Rogan, he's aggressive, right? I don't know if y'all have ever listened to him or watched him, but Joe Rogan is aggressive. And that would be how I describe him. He has a billion gazillion different guests on. He's really good at pulling information out of them and giving them a platform. Me, I want to lead with humor and I want to lead with like a warmth. I have good information, pertinent information. And if I'm talking to someone, I'm going to add value to their life. Like they're going to get value from me even just by sitting and drinking a cup of coffee with me, you know? So empty ways, but I think you guys are awesome and I've loved getting to know y'all. I'm not going to like exit immediately, but I just want to encourage you. Like if y'all watch Alex Hermosi, have y'all watched Alex Hermosi?
Oh my God. I'm his biggest fan.
He is
I'm his
so
biggest
cool.
fan.
He's so
He's the
cool.
best.
And have you listened to his
Untouchable.
wife? He's untouchable. Have you listened to
She's
his
incredible.
wife?
I love his wife's content too.
Oh my gosh, Layla scares the living crap out of me, and I love her for it. She scares me, and I love her because I'm a woman, and in the media industry, like you are very aware that you're a woman nowadays, and people don't try to act different. Like some people don't try to act different around women, but there are some opportunities that will not be even like there will not even be an open door for me, because maybe men like to talk to men, you know. I'm not saying y'all gotta like cry about this. This is not something where I'm pulling on sympathy or empathy. This is more so of like, I have to be really tough and I have to be very resilient as a woman. I don't act Like I'm a soft-hearted person, but I act like a bull. I act fierce. Because it's who I am as a person. I'm a fierce girl. But I'm also going to be very loving. You know, it's always got a lot of love behind the force. So, Alex Hermosi, let's go back to him for a second. About every single day that he works, he promotes his stuff for 4 hours. 4 hours. He just talks about his stuff, whatever's happening that's new, whatever's been happening. He's selling his books. He's selling this. He's doing a merch drop where he's dropping a hat and some t-shirts and stuff. Several days a week, he is dedicating 4 hours to sharing that message. I want to encourage you guys and leave you with something that if you are getting adventurous in social media, it's okay if you're not adventurous. Just be non-adventurous. It's okay. But if you are getting adventurous, imagine you're talking to someone who's never seen your stuff before. Every single time. So people who are strangers to your presence online, you're going to have to give them the skinny, give them the down low, and get them started on being addicted to your content. All right. I know you want people addicted to your content, right, Nikhil? Yeah, you do. I want people addicted to my content. I want them to eat it up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then second dinner, you know, because we do second dinner in Arkansas. No, I'm kidding. We don't really do that. We do late night snack a lot, but all right, guys, y'all have any questions about social media before we get off or gig pickup? And y'all,
You're amazing.
oh,
I learned a lot.
Thank
Y'all
you.
are so
Thank you for having
amazing.
me.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
having us.
Yeah, this is cool.
It's really well.
Mm.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
I just want to benefit y'all with all my ridiculous knowledge that I have, and I'm just sitting on my knowledge. I just put it right under my butt, and I'm just sitting on it. And I'm like, how can I disperse this? How can I be a benefit to others? Because we need cheerleaders, and I'm a cheerleader for each and every person in gig pickup. I want you guys to make a lot of money. David, Alonso, you excite me so much because you're like, I want these second shooter jobs. I want these lead shooter jobs, and you're going after it. And a lot of other people in here are gonna, you know, continue trying to pick up work, but I hope that gig pickup can help you in some way. You know, imagine gig pickup is like a tool in your toolbox just to get you booked. Everyone's in a different place. Like some business owners, they don't second shoot for people. They don't lead shoot for people. They just stick to their business. But not everybody wants a second shoot or lead shoot. You know, so we're all at different places in our networking journey. One thing I want to leave you guys with is how to assess yourself, because maybe in January you have different goals than you have in May. Maybe May you're primed and ready to start getting yourself a lot more booked for second shooting jobs, right? Maybe in January you're like, I need to get a day job or something. You know, everything under the sun is like, if you pick something that feels a little different than what other people are doing in the industry, that's 100% okay. And I give you full permission to do that, because some people think, oh my gosh, am I giving up on my dream to do photography, videography if I get a day job? The answer is no. You don't have to give up on your dream. I can work 5 days at some medical, you know, place, and I could still be, excuse my language, guys, I could still be a badass videographer, a badass storyteller. I don't have to give up on that dream, you know? So, but yeah, keep connecting, keep an eye out for like buildings that we can meet at in the future. Like if it's a library, we can meet for free at. If it's a local little gym, whatever, coffee shop, restaurants. Obviously meeting online is awesome, but meeting in person is very cool as well. So we get to see people in their habitat, right? Their natural bar habitat, right? Because we're all bar hoppers in this group. So anybody want to say anything before we get off? Because I really want to, like, if I got the wheels turning for y'all today, like, if y'all have any takeaways, and also if you do need to go, feel free, you're good to exit. But I want to hear if y'all have any takeaways or thoughts before we get off. Does not matter. So I live in a Berlin Atco area, or I'm about 30 minutes from Cherry Hill. New Jersey. So I don't mind driving in like Cherry Hill area, but everyone is everywhere. Basically, my biggest problem in gig pickup is everyone is everywhere. And I personally don't go to New York at all, so I will not be able to see my New York buddies. But if you keep me from having to drive into New York and we just meet on the border, I'm golden. I'm doing fine. So I can meet y'all in any place in Jersey. Pennsylvania, I will drive about 2 hours into Pennsylvania from my location, which is about an hour and a half from Philly. So if hour and a half out of Philly, I'm golden to me in that area. So I'm here to support anybody who wants to host something, even if it's an online video chat. Y'all can literally,
what?
I can be on with
Maybe
you.
maybe even Neil would be down. Like
Dan Kirk,
maybe. I think he
he's
rents it
so
out
cool.
mostly.
And I know somebody who like works, I don't know if she works with him, but they're like tight or whatever. Are you tight with him? Kind of tight.
Very friendly, very friendly. We work together a lot.
Good. He seems
Through
cool.
like people that they hire him and they hire me, and then so we've worked a lot together. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he seems really
Um,
cool.
but I think mostly he'd probably rent it. But like there are people that have studios that might be able to might be down. So I think
Yeah.
everybody benefits from networking, and also people benefit of meeting a new studio shooting and stuff.
Yeah. In the future, I'd like to, obviously we have to have the community thing really working out. Like I have to have like a lot of people on the Zoom chats to like feel good about this, but like doing a I don't know what you call it. Obviously some workshops would be awesome. Like a full day workshop would be freaking cool. The whole goal of the workshop is to learn, yes, to be encouraged, but it's also to meet people. So we have like, we'll have the education part of the workshops, but we'll also have like a lot of bonding activities. So like we can get to know each other and break the ice and, you know, really leave with some good memories. That's one goal, is like a day workshop. The other goal is like overnight stays somewhere or a day trip. The reason I say that is like some people have kids, so it's like you don't want to leave your kids for too long. Some people have pets, they don't want to leave their pets for too long. So it's like no harm, no foul if they cannot make it, but they can actually come to the day and they don't have to stay the night. Kind of more flexible that way. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about sleeping in crappy bunks and waking up and going in, get some coffee, get some matcha, getting some tea, and just sitting out somewhere and just talking to people about life and about video and about photo and stuff. And I really want to get those. What are those called? Like a weekend away type thing. There's a sort of word for it. Retreat. There it is. I found it. Retreat. Yeah, it would be like a 2-day retreat. We'll have some speakers and education. We'll have, the best part is not the bigger classes. It is the smaller breakaway sessions, because the smaller breakaway sessions, you get to like, you don't just feel like a number or a butt in the seat. You feel like I'm seen, I'm heard, and I get to be a part of the conversation. So our breakaway sessions would be like, you get to pick the speaker you're going to, and y'all just like huddle around them. Like they're your mother hen and you're just like a little chickie, and you're just like gathering around them, and then y'all talk about the topic, and that's your breakaway session. But you get to meet people who are on your left, on your right, and there's like this real good cohesion that you find, like this real good bonding with those little smaller groups. So you'll have to bring your notebooks because it's like school, but it's like fun school, really fun school. And the meals should hopefully not suck, because I love to cook and I'll probably have like chefs with me. So, and when I say chef, I mean like, yeah, we are not charging too much money for like, we are not going chef. We're not like going like fancy. We going like, can I make a really bad joke with you guys? Yeah.
Yeah.
I can make we just try not to give people diarrhea. Okay. We try to do camp food, but without the diarrhea and the pain and the bloating and the pain, specifically the pain. We're gonna do some basketball. We're gonna do some like hiking, walking, trails. If you don't like trail walking like me, I'll pass out on trails. No, I'm kidding. We'll do some photo shoots. Lots of cool stuff is gonna come from this. So, but retreats is really like, you gotta come, let your burdens go, you know, take a load off, kick back. May not be alcohol. I'm not sure how we're gonna do all that, but All right, tea friends, but that's a goal. If these like online chats kind of blow up a little more, I'll be able to get an idea of who can come to these little retreats. And I think the biggest benefit is that people can come to the retreats and not have to sleep over. So like they can drive in, they can stay for as long as they need to. If they got to go let their dog out to pee, they can go home, you know, or because I really always think about people with kids and dogs and cats. So Nikhil, I'm looking at you for that cat. Got to take care of that cat. Right. So, all right. David Leifer, thank you for coming. David Alonso, thank you for coming. Nikhil Lama, thank you for coming. Elizabeth, thank you for coming. I know, I'm so awesome. High five me. Hendrick, thank you for coming. Marco, thank you for coming. Everybody high five yourself. Yeah. Y'all ever do that weird stuff? High five. Yeah. So there is one thing that this lady online does. She looks at herself in the mirror every day and she high fives herself. And it's like an act of self-love or something. I don't do that, but maybe I'll like hug myself. Just
Mel, right?
yeah. So if you're making content, please stop thinking about what you look like, what you sound like, what you're talking about. If you get flubbed up on words, if you say a lot, stop worrying about that. Just make your videos. Get them going. If you need a video editor, you can talk to me. It's best to learn basic video editing. Like you can use CapCut on your phone. I believe you can use CapCut on the computer too. I use Adobe Premiere Pro. Having those basic skills is really awesome. You can do a lot with that. All right, everybody. So I will save this video and, you know, I don't think I'm really going to edit much because this was really fun. I don't think I flubbed up too much with my mouth and messed up too much. But yeah, I think we talked about a lot of great topics. We got to know each other a little bit more. And I'm so thankful that y'all showed up. It's been almost 2 hours, y'all, that we've been hanging out. So yeah.
It's a good sign.
Awesome. Thank you for visiting our first chat. Now feel free to give me any feedback so that we can make this better for everybody who joins in the future. Like obviously we did some chit chat. If the time is too long or too short or too this or too that, just give me your feedback, okay? And be honest. Tell me that my voice is like too high pitched and it's hurting your ears, you know? I'm kidding. All right. And I will give you guys my email address too as well. So it was lovely meeting you two gentlemen and seeing you, Hendrick. David, I feel like this is kind of like our first meetup, David Alonso, because like we did talk on the phone, but like I didn't see your face. I didn't even know Bailey what you looked like before. So
Okay.
this is so fun. Okay. All right. Well, everyone have a good day. Okay.
You
Take
too.
care,
Thank
everybody,
you.
guys.
Have a
Bye.
great day.
Bye.
Thanks,
Yeah.
everybody.
See ya.